Okay, I'm live. Hello, hi everyone. Hello, Thomas E4. Well, who is watching me right now? How are you? So, okay, let's start. Let's start to solve some puzzles. And I will wait for your big help. So let's go. Okay, rook a2. They took something, maybe pawn. They took pawn. Yes, they took pawn on a2. And now what do they want to do? Nothing yet, but for example, if I take rook d7, queen d7, knight c5, rook d7, queen d7, knight c5. No check from d2, no check from d1, no check from a1. But I think that it's not enough, right? 3 minor pieces against 2 rooks, knight c5. Queen f7, for example, queen f7, and they want to check from f2. Check here, queen g1 to invent something. Rook d7, queen d7, knight c5. d7, queen d7, knight c5, and queen f7. Queen f7, and also they want to check and take on c5. Is it enough to play knight d3 to control f2 square? Just to continue that position. Well, besides rook d7, I don't see any interesting continuation. For example, knight c5, knight c5, queen d4, and there is no checkmate from these squares, right? They are under control. I get rook d7 is right, queen d7, knight c5, but then queen f7. This moment is important. I think knight d3, rook d8. Well, or maybe queen e6 to take. Queen e6. I want to take on d7. But no, they can go to f8, knight f8 to attack the queen. No checks. And after all, they can play rook e8 just to attack. Queen e6, knight f8, right? For example, queen f6 and rook e8 check, king f1, and at least rook f2, double attack. Well. Здравствуйте. Ну, на Lichess я решаю задачи, да. Так, okay. So I guess queen e6 is not right. Rook d7, queen d7, knight c5. Let's try. Rook d7. I hope it's correct. Let's try rook d7. No, it's wrong. Unfortunately. Rook d7. Why it's wrong? Rook d7, queen d7, knight c5. Okay, queen f7, knight d3. Maybe they could just activate their pieces. For example, rook d8, and the 3 minor pieces are not enough for win against 2 rooks. Okay, but queen e6 also doesn't work, right? Knight f8. Hello, hi everyone. Queen e6, knight f8. Queen goes somewhere, and rook e8 they can activate, right? Queen e6 also doesn't work, I think. What if knight c5 immediately? Knight c5, knight c5, and queen d4, queen d4. I don't see. Queen e6, knight f8. No, I want to eliminate queen e6. It really doesn't work, right? Because of rook e8. Knight c5 also doesn't work. Knight c5, queen d4, b6, for example. And there is no checkmate, neither from g7 nor from h8. What else? What else? Bishop b2. There is no meaning. I don't know. Thank you so much. Не тяжело, они легкие. Rook d7. I played rook d7. They said it wrong. Yes. I took on d7 with the same idea. They said it wrong, and I thought that maybe 3 minor pieces are not enough against 2 rooks. Maybe they could activate their rooks. Queen e6, let's try queen e6, but I was sure that it is also wrong, because they could play knight f8 to push away my queen from here, and then rook e8, and there is no checkmate. Queen d3. No, my bishop is hanging on g2. No, if they take rook g2, so I can take on d7. Queen takes, rook takes, then knight c5. But after queen d3, rook d8. Oh, and then what if I take on c5? Knight c5, queen d8, queen takes, rook g2, and rook h8 with a checkmate idea. Bishop b2 followed by queen b1. Isn't it too long? Queen b1. Let's try queen d3. Then I will try bishop b2. Queen e5, queen e5. No, queen e5, unfortunately. They can take with the knight. Let's try queen d3. It's also wrong. Maybe your idea is correct. Bishop b2, queen b1. Bishop b2. Well, somewhere they can, even after queen b1, they can take at least, right? Oh, that's okay. We all blunder all the time. Put your camera long shot. What is this? Long shot. Queen b1 first. Hello. I don't know. I will try queen b1, but I think it's too long. They can, at least for example, after bishop b2, bishop b4 check, then rook f8, or bishop b8, b2, rook f8, queen b1, bishop b4 check. And I must play king e2, and at least they can check rook f2. Bishop b2 first. Hello, hi everyone. Thank you so much. Queen d3. I tried it. Queen d3. Bishop b2, it is also too long. It's wrong, but let's try. It's wrong. It's too long. After bishop b2, they could play rook f8. I really don't know what's going on the board. Can I play h4, h5 to press on g6? h4, h5 to press on g6? No, queen g3. Well, not mate in 2, but mate eventually. b4 doesn't work. Rook d7 doesn't work. Queen e6 doesn't work. Queen d3 doesn't work. Bishop b2 doesn't work. Bishop h3. Bishop h3. Queen h4. No idea. Rook d6, d5, d4, d3, d2. e4, a6. e4, a6. What is it? Bishop e5. Bishop e5. Bishop e5. Knight takes. Knight c5. Will it work? What if you are right? Bishop e5. But bishop e5, okay, queen e5 doesn't work. Rook d7 check, and then queen e5, right? But bishop b5, maybe they can check from b4. And then to take knight e5. Rook d7, I tried from the very beginning, rook d7. They said it's wrong. Sacrifice the queen, then bishop e4. Let's try bishop e5 too. No, doesn't work. This is impossible to solve. King f1. Unfortunately, I can't hide, right? Did I try knight c5? Oh, I haven't tried it, right? Or I tried knight c5. Bishop a5, b6, right? I thought about queen g3. Queen g6. Queen g6? No. Queen g6 they can take. Queen g6. King g6, bishop e4, king f7. No, it doesn't work. So queen g6. let's try. They could escape just Bishop h3, I tried, I think. Yes, here it is. I tried all possible moves. It's impossible. Queen f3 and then queen f7. But what if they play rook f8? Queen f3? Bishop f3 or bishop f1? No, bishop f1, can you imagine? Bishop f2, checkmate. But it was a great idea. Bishop d3 and queen g6, right? With checkmate. Knight c5, rook d7, bishop b2, queen b1, bishop h3, queen f3, queen f4, queen f4, to distract their queen and then to take with the tempo, then to take the queen. Oh, am I blind? Oh, unfortunately. It was so easy. How could I miss it? Well, it was really easy. Let's go forward. Shame on me. One end game. Okay. Okay, before. First move, of course. I want to take. C takes before. Just an overcomplicated position. I don't know why I missed that move. It was really simple, right? Well, e4 pawn. E4 pawn, maybe you mean c takes before. C takes before, d4. Ah, so c takes before, it's a fourth move. But after d4, I must understand where to go, d2, e2, or f2. This is the problem. Hello, hi everyone. So let's take c takes before, and then after d4 to start to think properly. Yes, let's take. Okay, and now to think. King d2, e2, f2. And there is only one right move. d2. Intuitively, right? King d2. I have to calculate. So their king is on e5. Is it important where to go? For example, oh yes, it's important. I think I must go to e2. No? I just think that after king e2 d3, I can return and they don't have any choice to any possibility to come closer, right? But for example, if I go to d2, they can check king d3 and they can play king f4, b5, king f3, b6, e2, and they also promote their pawn, right? What about king e2, king f4 right away? No, I think king f2 is right. King f2. Just a second, please. King f2. If e3, then king f3. King d5, b5. King c5, g5. This is correct. E2 looks better. To review your game, please can you send your game to my Instagram page? I will review and I will write to you. Promoting with a check is awesome. That's right, but let's understand where to put. King f2, I don't like, you know why? Because when they play king f4, I play b5, e3 check, king e2, king e4, b6, d3, king d1, d1, no, king e1, e2, king d2, king f3, b7, king f. No, doesn't work. My Instagram is the same, Anna Chess Life. F2 results in pawn. Check that shuts your king down, so it should be king e2. I just want to understand, should I calculate, or it is some theoretical position that I needed to learn it before when I was an active player? King e2. Let's calculate king e2 one more time. King e2. Okay, d3, king e3. I'm winning, right? King d5, b5. If king c4, then b6, king c3, b7, d2, b8, d1, b8, d1. I think even there, if I check, for example, then to take on e4, well, they can check to take on h3, but it's winning with an extra pawn. But king e2, d3, king e3, king d5, b5, b5, king c4, king d2, king d4, b6, e3. I don't know. No, it's impossible for me. King f2 work. Why doesn't king f2 work? I don't know. I don't know. King f2. Let's try one more time and just to make a move intuitively, because I really don't know this position. And it is impossible for me to calculate it till the end. Well, king f2, e3, king f3, king d5. After king d5, I think I can go g5. King e5, just then b5. Okay, king f2, e3 doesn't work, king f3, and I am winning. King f2, it's left d3, right? Oh, and then king d, e3. King d5, g5. King c4, f6. For example, takes, king c3, f7, d2, f8, d1. Is this winning? Let's play king f2. King f2. Ah, they could play king f4. But no, after king f4, b5, e3, king e2, king e4, b6, d3. Let's play. I really don't know. They could play king f4, right? b5, e3, king e2, king e4, b6, d3, king f1, king f3, b7, e2, king e1, king e3, b8, d2, checkmate. King f2 is wrong. King f2 is wrong. I think. Let's play king d2. King d. Okay, is the last calculation. King d2, d3, king e3, king d2, e3, king d3, king f4, b5, king f3, b6, e2, b7. Oh no, e1. No. King d2, e3, king e1, d3, b5, king d4, b6, d2, king e2, king c. Well, can I solve these puzzles on Lichess? Of course, it's free for everyone. I can push my pawn if he pushes his king. I try to push that pawn, but how to promote them rapidly? Здравствуйте, спасибо большое, вам того же. Pawn e queen, d2 king, right? Okay, I'm making a move. Let's play king, not d2, not f2, but e2. Golden middle. It was right. Okay. So, king f4. This is much more clear. King f4. g5 doesn't work. They will just... g5 works. Because if they take on f5, I will push my this pawn, and when they try to come closer to be inside of the pawn square, then I push this one. I distract. No, at first I will distract the king. They have to play king d6. Just then I play h4, right? And then h5, h6. Yes. Okay. So, g5. If they play d3 check, I play king d2. e3 check, king d3, king f3. Ah! f6 takes, e2, f7, e1, f8 with check. It's winning. So g5 works. g5, d3, king d2, e3. Let's calculate one more time b5, and then I'm playing g5. b5, d3, king d2, e3, check. I take. They play king f3. I play b6, e2, b7, e1, b8, b8. They can check, then to take on h3, to take on g4, right? So let's play g5. King d2. What if they play king f3, b5, e3, king e1, d3, b6, d2, king d1, king f2. No, I think it's the same, right? So let's play g5. g5. I'm playing. White queen didn't move anywhere. Why? Oh, there is no queen on the board. Let's play g5. It's right. So, no, king d2 is right. King d2, king f3, or e3. I take, they play king f3, f6, sorry, takes, e2, f7, e1, f8 check, and with passing pawn it's winning, right? So king d2, no f2, right? Because e3, king e1, king f3, f6, d2, king d1, king f2, no, f7, e2, and to promote with check. So king d2. Oh, oh, king d2 is wrong. Maybe king d1. King d1. King d1, e3, f6. What is the problem? It's the same. King f3, f7. Oh, king d1. Just to avoid checks. King d1, e3, f6, e2, king d2. All right, king d1. Oh, so sorry. Ah, and then b5. Unfortunately, I was so close. Well, let's like it and to go forward. Okay. Rook g8. I guess f2 is wrong because they gain time. Yes, I think you mean d2, right? Yes, you are right. They could promote just to push with the tempo. I just thought that endgame with an extra pawn, passing extra pawn, it's winning. I'm sure that it's winning, but maybe black has some chances just to repeat checks, maybe. Okay, let's go forward. Thank you so much. Oh, Hakhverdian, Armenian. Hello. Let's go. Rook g8. If you play g5, king take f5. But that was right. That was okay. I just wanted to distract the king playing b5, b6. If they are in time in the pawn square, so I could push another kingside pawns. Well, okay, let's forget about that puzzle. Let's go forward. Queen d7. Queen d7. Всем привет. Здравствуйте. But I don't want to sacrifice my queen. Queen d7, knight d7. What else? No. It's a pity to sacrifice the queen, right? Maybe to sacrifice the rook. Rook d7, knight d7, rook b7. No, I don't like it. Rook g2 and then queen a1. No. Rook d7, knight d7, rook b7, rook g2, king h1, queen a1, bishop f1. The knight is hanging. If they play rook d8, so their rook is hanging on g2. Am I right? Rook d7, knight d7, rook b7. If immediately queen a1 check, so again bishop f1, rook d8, rook d8, and nothing. Rook a7, queen trap. Really? Let's turn off the rating. It was not my idea. Rook a7. Queen e5. Now, unfortunately, I think queen e5 doesn't work. Bishop c5. At least they can go to d8 and then bishop c8 to close. Well, so rook a7, the queen is in a trap. Someone says about it. Ace Gaming. Yes, of course, I'm Armenian. Rook a7, and the queen is in a trap. Rook g2, just king h1. So easy. But I couldn't find it. Rook a7. Rook a7. Well. Okay, what if they take queen a7? Because my queen is also under attack, right? Rook a7, queen takes. If I take on g6, so they can take on. Let's turn on the rating. I don't know. I think that rook a7 they can take queen a7. No. Yes, queen will take rook and bishop take your right. Rook a7, queen a7. And there is no in between moves, right? Queen f6, so they will have an extra quality. Even queen g6 will not help me. Queen e3. But I will keep this idea in my mind. Maybe in another way I can do it. For example, if I do it right after queen g6, rook takes, rook a7. But no, they will take queen a7, bishop a7. No need. They will have an extra pawn. Yes, I'm international master, women's. I think your original calculation was right. Rook d7, you mean? Knight d7, rook b7, queen a1, bishop f1, rook d8. But also if instead of rook d8 they play rook e6, can I take rook b7 with another rook? Rook d7, I mean. King d7, queen f7, rook. Oh, rook. No, rook e7. Rook e7. No, there is no winning. No, not a grandmaster, internationals master. Queen f6. Rook takes. And then what if I play bishop c5 to distract this pawn, then to take on e5? That's interesting. Bishop c5, rook g2, king h1, king h1. Or maybe, no, after bishop c5, they can take and to return rook g5 to attack my queen and also to protect on e5, right? Doesn't work. Queen f6, rook f1, rook f1. It's a good idea. Rook d7, queen f7. But what after, for example, okay, if again our turn, we take, they take, we take on f7 and they play king d8. What if I just play g3 just to protect my pawn? G3, Or queen goes somewhere. Queen f3 with the same idea. Queen f3, rook g2. Can I take it? Queen g2. Bishop e5. It leads to checkmate. This is too hard. Bishop c5. They take rook g2, king h1, rook g5. And then what can I do there? Well, let's calculate one more time. Rook d7, rook d7, knight d7, rook b7, rook g2, king h1. It doesn't work. Bishop e5, you mean queen e5 maybe. But queen e5, d takes e5, bishop c5. King, bishop c5, king d8, rook b8, bishop c8. Just too close. No, no, no. g3. Isn't it a zugzwang for black? g3. They can't play king f8. I will take. They can't play king d8. I will check. I will check. King e8, e7. No. Rook d7, knight d7, rook b7. Queen a1, bishop f1. Rook e6. No, rook e6. Ah, no, rook e6. I will take on d7, then queen f7, queen g8. So they have to play rook d8, right? Rook d7, knight d7, rook b7, queen a1, bishop f1, rook d8. And just then I take rook a7. Rook a7. Okay, they can escape. Queen c3. Queen c3. And nothing. Rook d7 is blunder. Calculate bishop c5. I already calculated it. Bishop c5, they check king h1 and they return rook g5. Oh, I can take on d6, bishop d6, and then queen f6. Oh, that's interesting. Bishop c5, rook g2, king h1, rook g5, bishop d6, king d6, queen f6. Bishop c5, one more time. Rook g2, king h1. Okay. So, bishop c5, rook g2, king h1. And this is the same, right? If with another rook. So, bishop c5. Okay, let's play. I calculate wrong, then queen e5. No, I mean after rook g5. I can't take on e5. After rook g5, I just take on d6 to distract the king, then to take on f6. Let's play bishop c5. I'm not sure, but okay. Okay, d takes c5. So queen e5. Queen e5, king f8. Rook b8, king g7, rook g8, king g8. No, queen e5. Ah, no, I think I can take on e5, then rook a1 and to trap the queen. No, it's not trap, queen d4. Sorry, queen e5, king f8. Then queen e5, king f8, rook a1, queen d4. Doesn't work. Queen e5, king f8, queen b8, king g7. Doesn't work. Queen e5, king f8, queen c5, king g7. And just then rook a7, because there is no queen d4. I took on c5, right? Queen e5, bishop c5, bishop e7, bishop c5, queen e5, king f8, queen c5. Yeah, yes, then queen trapped. Yes. Queen e5. So let's take, yes. And then rook a7. Okay. 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 No, this one is also was hard. It was not easy. Let's go. When did you start playing chess? From the age of 6. Well, king h8. Okay, I want to check. Or, no, at first maybe knight f5 or bishop g7. I just want to check here, knight f5 with this idea, knight h6 with the checkmate idea. But if I play bishop g7, king g8, knight f5, I think they will take bishop f5. And I have no winning variation, right? Even discovery check will not help me. They can return to g6 and to block my rook's way. So rook g6 also doesn't work. Or it works. It works. Rook g6. H takes g6, bishop f7. And then I want to checkmate from g... No, not from... Just a second, please. Rook g6 here. Bishop f7. Bishop... No. The king has free square. What if knight g6? F takes g6, bishop g7, checkmate. Knight g6, h takes g6. Check. Here, rook g4. Oh, it's winning. Then rook h4, rook h8, checkmate, right? Do you have a win or wins against grandmasters? Against men? Among men? I don't remember. No, I have draw, but not win, unfortunately. But against women grandmaster, yes. So, born chess player. My parents are chess coaches. That's great. Started 2-3 years ago. That's a great. And I beat the grandmaster. That's great. Bishop just simply g3, knight g6 leads to checkmate. Which one is correct? At first, bishop g7, king g8, knight g6. No, I think immediately knight g6, right? Knight g6 takes bishop g7, king g8. Ah, no, the problem is that, but there I can take rook g6, knight e5, rook h6, knight c4, rook h8, checkmate. But I can't understand the difference between knight g6 and bishop g7. Yes, they are still working. Bishop g7, king g8. I want to take on g6, but something is strange here. Maybe they are not forced to take on g6, because if they take h takes g6, I take rook g6, and they have no protection from rook h6, rook h8. But bishop g7, king g8, knight g6, they can. What can they do? Is not it the same? They can play, for example, knight e5, knight takes, rook takes, bishop h6, check, king h8. Okay, there is no checkmate, right, in that variation. But if I take immediately knight g6, check, they have to take. H takes g6, bishop g7, check. If they play king h7, so I play rook g4, but then they can play g5. Yes, they can play g5. No, friends, I'm 36 years old. Soon I will turn 37. Nobody ever told us we could grow up on VHS because they always said we could be anything we wanted, and now they judge me. How old are you? Who can judge us? No one. Only we. We can judge ourselves. Rook g4, rook e5. Yes, you are right. Too close to block the rook's way, right? So, one more time. Knight g6. They take. I check. They play king h7. And you mean rook g4, rook e5. What if I take on f7, knight e5? No. So, no. So it means that knight g6 also doesn't work. Or maybe after knight g6, I shouldn't check from g7. I can take. Now I started to calculate bishop f7 right away. Bishop f7. If they take, but they must take, because I want to checkmate, right? So bishop f7, they must take. Then I check. They play king g8, and then I play knight f5. And they have no protection. No, they have protection. They can play h5 to clear a square for their king. When I check, they play king h7. I take the bishop. I take the bishop. And somewhere I want to play bishop f8 and rook g7 checkmate. Bishop f7, they take. If I play immediately knight f5, rook g8, bishop g8 check, they take. I take king g8 and knight h6 checkmate. So okay, bishop f7, and then knight f5. And bishop g6, bishop g7, knight h5, h6 with a checkmate, right? Thank you for the gift. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Let's take bishop f7, right? I'm taking. Take with knight and passant. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for the gift. Bishop f7. I'm taking. And then right away knight f5. I'm taking. Okay. And knight f5. Knight f5. I'm going to check and to checkmate. Yes, and they have no protection. If I check immediately, here, knight f5, they can clear a square for the king. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. So, right away, knight f5. Okay, check, check, check. Finally. Well, I'm so happy. Maybe I have some chances to return to the 2900 club. Okay, an end game. So I must take here, but the main thing is not here yet, right? I would start by teaching you how to teach yourself and then tell you it costs money. What? Sorry, it's just my bad English. Sorry, can you explain one more time? So bishop d6, let's go forward. I'm so happy that I lost just 14, 13 points and add more. I'm from Armenia. I'm Armenian. Well, bishop d6, it's only the beginning of the struggling. So they will try to trade, right? That pawn, this pawn, to make a draw. Bishop d6. How will they play? Ah, okay, I got you. So if I think they will they play f4 because I can't take bishop f4. G takes f4, king f4, it's a draw, king f2. Bishop d6, f4, but I can play king g4. King g4, king f2. Just at that time to take bishop f4, g takes f4, king f4. Opposition and it's winning. Okay. Bishop d6, so how to play for white? King f3 maybe. King f3. Just to press step by step. Bishop c5. King goes back. King g4. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks a lot. I've been watching your streams. I'm happy to support. Thank you so much. So, let's take bishop d6 and just to press step by step. I think it's right. Oh, king f3, right. Now, bishop c5. king g2, and here I must find the best move. Is it possible to make a best move here? Where to go? Bishop b8, bishop a3, which one? I don't understand. Takes f7, take back bishop g7, king g8, knight f what? Prepared unstoppable. Ah, it is about the previous position, right? Hello, hi everyone. So here I must find the best move for black. Is this possible? King h5, bishop c7, bishop c5, which one? Okay, I must understand their idea just to find the best move. Their idea is to change this pawn. Is to change this pawn. Bishop c5, for example. I play bishop c5. They play king g2. They have to go back, right? g4 doesn't work. King e2 also doesn't work. King g4. f3, king g3. Okay, bishop c5. King g2. King g4, f3. What is the problem to return? King g5. Maybe they will stay and wait. King h3. They will not push their pawn because of f4. But they will just stay and wait. King h3, king g2, right? So bishop c5. Every possible move. Oh no, because I will lose my rating. You can play for a draw? Why to play for a draw if I can win here? I must win here. Bishop c5. Is that hardest? I don't know. Okay, I understand their idea. King g2. And after king g4, f3. King g5, king h3. Here, g2, h3, g2, h3. And I can't improve. And when I try to come closer to approach from this part of the board, of course they will come closer to my pawn. That is the point. Okay. Maybe bishop b4 works. Bishop b4 with this idea. Bishop b4, king g2, king g4, f3, king g5, king h3. For example, bishop e1, king g2, and to come here, king f6, king h3, king e5, king h4. After king h4, I can play f4 to use this pin. Maybe bishop b4 works. Bishop b4, king g2, to force them to play f3, to go back. But what if they play king f1, king f1, king f6, king g2, king e5, not e6, right? King h3 and bishop e1. King h4, f4. King f6. King f6. king g2, king e5, king f3, king d4, g4, f4, g5, king e5 to return. One more time, king f6, king g2, king e5, f3, king d4, king h3, king e3. Oh, maybe you're right. King e3. Oh. Thank you for the gift. Thanks a lot. Is classical your strongest? Yes, you are absolutely right. But whole my life I was always in a time trouble, in a tight knot. I could make, for example, 20 moves from the first row, engine's first row, first line, sorry, but then to blunder because without time it is impossible to win even in a winning position. So king f6, but really I can't understand what is the problem with bishop b4. King f6. Okay, king e3, king e5, f3, bishop c5 check, king d3, bishop f2, g4, f4. It's winning, right? Let's play king f6. I really don't know. I just know that we should come closer from this part of the board. It is impossible from here. But I can't understand what is the problem with this move. How they can make a draw after bishop b4, king e3, king g4, king d4, king f3, king e5, king g4, f3, king g5, g4, f4, king e4. Let's play king f6, okay, even if I lose, because it's impossible just to calculate so long. So king f6, g4, f4. It's correct, right? King e4. I just return f3. No. And they can just stay on e4. King e4. And when I try to play king h4, they play king f5, king g3, g5, king f3, g6, bishop f8, king f6. Oh no, it's winning. Let's play. Okay, king f6. I'm playing. What if bishop c5, king g4, bishop f2, bishop e1, bring the king. Bishop c5, king g4, for example, here. I also thought about that. What is the problem? I think I can win even that position. I'm not sure. Maybe they can play king h3, king h4. What if you drop bishop back to b1? b1? b8 maybe you mean? b8. Let's play king f6. I really don't know. The main thing that I think that maybe king f6 can be wrong, it is connected with this move, g4. And when I play f4, they play king e4. I play king g5, f3, king h4, king f5, king g3, g5. No, I'm winning there, right? King f3, g6, bishop f8, king f6. No, it's winning. Let's play king f6. Okay, it's right. And f4, right? Yes, it's the only one. It's the... Oh my god. Thank you so much. You spent all your budget. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for the gift. So, okay, I can agree with this solution. Here, here. King h4, king f5, king g3, g5. Here, g6, bishop f8. Then to sacrifice the bishop, even after king f7, bishop h6, and then to push our pawn, right? But let me figure out what is the problem. For example, with the move bishop c5. Hello, hi everyone. Bishop c5. For example, no, g4 doesn't work. I will take. Just a second, please. If I take, no, then I can check, right? Okay, okay, they go back. I play. Ah, I got it. Maybe here, when I try to approach from this part, they could play f4, then king f3, then g4, and to trade that pawn. Why you blocked me from chat? What? I really don't remember. Maybe you wrote something bad to me. I don't know. Maybe it was my moderator. Maybe you hurt me and they decided to block you. I don't remember that day. So, hi everyone. Bishop 8. Maybe that is the problem. But after king f6, can they do the same? No, they can't do it. Because here, king e5, f4, I'm in time on e4, and they can't play king f3. And when they play king h3, I can take on f4 right now. No! Oh my god, but they can play g4. Ah, no. Here, king f3. Okay. King f3 and it's winning. Okay. It was just bishop c5 or b4. It was just time waste because they could play f4 and king f3. But what about king g6, king f3, king h5? f4, king g6, g4, f takes g4, king g3, king f5, king h3, king h5. No, maybe to leave here, for example, to play king h3. I was going to play bishop e1, right? Well, this draw position you will win only if your opponent make mistake. No. Lichess's puzzles are checked by the engine. It's winning, and the main thing that it's winning only after king f6. That's why I want to understand why bishop b4, for example, doesn't work. Maybe I will ask an engine why this move doesn't work. But let me just to calculate one more time and to go forward. For example, king e3 doesn't work, right? I could check. It was the same. Okay, for example, king g2, king f6, f3. Maybe they would wait just king e5, f4, king e4, g4, f takes g4 and king. No, but again king f5. I don't know. Let's ask an engine why bishop b4 or bishop b5 doesn't work. Okay, you're welcome. Let's ask. So king f3. Why king f6 is only winning? Why bishop c5 doesn't work? Let's ask. You see, king f6 only is winning. King f6, but bishop c5 is a draw. Let's try bishop c5, king g2. I was going to play f3. Okay, we could understand that this is a draw, but why? Okay, here king h3. Just no. Bishop king h3. Okay. I was trying to play f4, just then king h3, but after it, black could play king f3. Oh, I just missed king h3 move. King h3, just then f4, just then g4, and to trade the pawns, and it's a draw. Okay, I'm satisfied. Let's go forward. Okay, thanks a lot. Let's go forward. So again, pawn and games. a3. Well, I'm thinking about taking. B takes a3. They take. Do you think online puzzles such as these on Lichess are as good as books for training pattern recognition and calculation? You know what is the difference? I noticed that in Lichess's puzzles there is only one variation. In books, for example, I also um, work with different books with my students, but there are several variations, for example, winning variations, not only one solution. But here they show that chess is not easy, that sometimes we should find the only best move in position. I like both. I can't say that I don't like books. Of course, I like books. I use them. But also, I adore Lichess's puzzles too. So, only pawn and game. No, they give me such positions. I try to solve them. I don't choose specially it. King d5 perhaps. Why not to take on a3? I want to take. Can you calculate, please? Thank you so much. Thanks for donations. King d5. First king d5. I wanted to take on a3. Okay, king d5. King d5. Of course, they will push their pawn, right? a4. Because No need to take. Then we will take on e5 to create a passing pawn. So king d5, a4, c4, right? c4, check. King e3, for example. b3, c3, b3, c3, c3. No, I think I can take on e5 there because my king is in their pawn square, right? King d5, a4, c4. Somewhere, king e3, king d2, king c2, and king e5. Did you use an engine? Or it was just intuitively you said that move king d5? I wanted to take at first on a3. B takes a3, then d5, a4, king e5, a5, king d5, a6, king c6, king c4, e5, a7, king b7, king c5. It's a draw. I think king d5 is right. Should I turn off the rating just to play king d5? What if king d5, they take, a takes b4, c takes b4? And for example, they play b3, king e5, king c4. I'm faster, right? King f4, king b4, e5, king somewhere, e4, b4, e3, b5, e2. No, I'm faster. And also I could play king f5, not to go to f4, not to promote to a queen with check. So that's why king d5 takes b3 also doesn't work. King d5, it's winning. King d5 maybe is a snap moving puzzle, but common puzzle around 30. Wow. Let's play. Because b takes a3, b takes a3, king d5, it was a draw, right? Why do you turn off ratings of puzzle? What does it do? Because sometimes, for example, when viewers are faster than me, they calculate faster, for example, or they offer some interesting ideas which I couldn't find, never, for example. To be fair, just I turn off the rating. But I think this time I will not turn off the rating because I think after calculation b takes a3, b takes a3, king d5, I could understand that after a4 they can make a draw. So king d5 is the... I think I could find king d5 move for myself. Let's play king d5. I hope it's right. Okay. So I'm taking, right? She takes b4, not c4. No, not c4. She takes b4. Right, b3. We have calculated, right? This variation, king e5, king c4. At first I said king f4, but... Oh no, king f4 works. King e5, king c4, king f4. Just to be closer to help my pawn. Because if I play king f5, for example, king b4, e5, they can go back king c3, e4, and king d2. So king e5, king c4, king f4, king b4, e5, king c3, king f3, b4. Oh, and also I will promote with check. If they play king c3, they try to block my pawn, right? It was just my intuition. I just thought. Thank you so much. How to like it? Okay, thanks a lot. So let's take king e5 and then king f4, right? Okay. King f4. One more time. King f4. King b4, e5. King c3, king f3. What if they play king d2? King f2, king d3. King f3, king d2. Oh my god. And it's a draw? No, 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 no. Just a second, please. Maybe I can play king e4, king b4, king d3. Shouldering. King c5, e5. b4, e4. b5, e3, b6, e2, b7, e1, b8. Oh my god. King e4, king b4, king d3, king c5, e5. And we promote at the same time. King f4, king b4, e5, king c3, king f3, king d2, king f2, king d3. I don't know. I wanted to answer on some questions. Let's finish. I remember all that messages. Let's finish this puzzle and then to read the chat. King e4 one more time. King b4. Oh, not king d3, but king d4. King d4. Oh, yes, king d4, because they must go to the corner. And then I promote, they promote. Even if they play not a5, king a4 they play. Then I check, they go to b5. I check and I take their queen. No, king e4, king d4. Just to push them to the corner. And then to be able to check, to take their queen. Let's play king e4. Shouldering is important, right? And they want to fight till the end. Oh, really? e5, king b2, e4, king c2, king e3, king d1, king f2. Okay, again shouldering. No need, right, to play c3, b4, e5. No, they are faster. c3, b4, king c4, king a4, e5, b5, e4, b6. No, they are faster. So let's just push e5, b4, e4, b5, e3, b6, e2, b7, e1, b8. I check. King b3, b4, no difference. Queen b1, and I take on b8. What about king b2? I play e4. They play b4. If they play king c2, so I play king e3, right? b4, king f2, b5, e3, b6, e2, b7, e1, and they also promote. Gotta go. I have tournament later. I will watch. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. But thank you for donation. But you can write your messages without donation. Thank you so much. Have a great tournament today. I wish you a great success. If you watch me in Instagram, please then write your results, or next Monday write about your results, about today's tournament results. Okay, she's solving like Stockfish hasn't solved yet. No, Stockfish is great. One more time. E5. King B2. E4. B4. If B4, I think I can return King C4. King C2, King B4, King D2, King C4, King D5. It's right. E5. If they play King B2, I play E4. B4, I have calculated King C4, King C2, King E3, B4, King F2, B5, E3, B6, E2, B7, E1, and they also promote. I think King D3, C3, no, King C3, B4. Well, E5, King B2, King D3. Can I play King D3? B4 doesn't work, I will return. E5, King B2, King D3. King C1, King C3. This is correct, right? Let's play E5. Okay, and King D3. King C1, King C3, King D3, B4, King C4. Yes, it's right. Yes, it's right. King C4, King A3, E4. King A4, E3, B5, E2, B6, you know, it's winning. So King C4, I'm playing King C4. Finally. I lost a lot of calories. Okay. The commonly used puzzle, but then you complicate it with what if. But all the time, there are a lot of what if. And also in our real life, right? Not only on the chessboard. Hello. What do you think? Maybe to finish in this beautiful moment. So now my rating is 28, 90. Oh, 28? Yes, 94. Someone asked about my favorite book. I wanted to answer. I missed that message. I use books, chess books, on Russian language. I can't, how to say that, compare them to say that one of them is my favorite, one of them no. I like them, all of them, all that chess books written in Russian language. In English, I never read. I just started to improve my English just 1 year and 1.5 years ago. I started to improve my English. If I meet some books in English language, so I will recommend to you. My FIDE rating is 2156. To hold back and double check. Sign off. What to do? It's a rating. It's important. What was my favorite video game from the past? Video game? What is it? For example, Call of Duty or Medal of Honor. It is something new for me. Call of Duty, Medal of Honor. I don't know that games. I just remember that we played a lot Rayman, if you know what I mean. Well, why someone kicked me from your tournament? Oh, hello. From my tournament, what has happened? But I remember that you played all games, right? I don't know, maybe it was the internet connection problem. I don't know, unfortunately. Join to my Monday's live stream. I will play with viewers. We will play with each other. How to think this game? I am new. While just join to my broadcast. We will think together. My favorite chess book. Didn't realize you read in Russian. Yes, I can speak in Russian much more fluently than in English. Knight f5. So you mean that to solve this puzzle too? Okay, let's try. Let's try it. Pac-Man or Mario? Mario? Yes, we played Mario, but Pac-Man? I don't know. What is it? Well, let's solve this one and to finish for today. Maybe I will return to the 2900 club. My best was 2902 if I'm not mistaken. Apex Vandalist, your username. Ah, I don't know what is the problem. Maybe you closed. I noticed that you played a few games and then you left. Maybe there were just an internet connection issue. I don't know. Let's try this Monday to play with viewers. So, okay, let's calculate this puzzle for the last time. I mean, this puzzle as the last puzzle for this live stream and to finish for today. F6. So you offer knight f5 check. Knight f5 to clear queen's way. Knight f5. If they no, it's check, right? So they take. If they don't take, I will take on h7. Is it right? Or knight e7 and take the queen. If they play king h8, I can take here. Check, king g8, queen g7, checkmate. So if he takes f5, I think I can check from here. It's winning, right? Oh, no, at least no. Queen h6, king f7, queen h7, it's checkmate. So they must take with this pawn. All other moves are eliminated, right? Knight f5, g takes f5, queen h6, check, or queen h6 check, king f7, queen h7, king e8. No, they escape. They escape. Knight f5, g takes f5. What if I attract the king to this file? Then rook e3, and then I want to cut the king's way and then to checkmate from the h file. Knight f5, g takes f5, and rook h7. King takes, rook e3. For example, king g7, they try to escape. I check, king f7. No, and they can escape there. Okay, one more time. Knight f5, g takes f5. Knight f5, g takes f5. What if immediately rook e3, king f7, rook h7, king e8, king e8, and then king d8. Knight f5, g takes f5, queen g3 check, king f7, rook h7, Um, but then I think queen g3, also they can continue king h8, rook h7 doesn't work, king h7, and I have no way. My queen is here. Knight g4 doesn't work. Knight g4. No. They can take, check here. Just to protect on h7, rook f7. Just a second, please. Knight g4. Also, they can take here. No, they can't take on e5. I can check. King g8, check. King f7, knight e5, knight c6. Knight g4. G takes h5. Queen h6. Queen h6. No, I think after knight g4, at least they can play. No, they can't play rook h8. Queen f6 here and knight h6 with a checkmate. Did you learn from any speedrun videos? No, unfortunately. I just, at that time period, I started to stream. I haven't heard about any streamers before. I've heard about them, but not about him, unfortunately. I started, it was just a few months, and I've heard about his passing away, unfortunately. Would you beat the Bote sisters? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should try. So, knight g4 also works, I think. It's not bad, right? G takes h5, queen h6, check, king f7, queen f6, king e8. No, they escape. So let's return to knight f5. Knight f5, g takes, e takes f5, of course you are right, queen h6 and queen h7 with a checkmate. But g takes f5 is the only right move, I think, for black. So, and I wanted to attract the black's king to this file. But then rook e3, king g7, king g7, rook h3, for example. No, they escape there. What do you think? Maybe to play knight f5, just then to try to calculate. But I'm afraid it's wrong. Maybe some quiet move, for example, to go back or to prepare rook e3. They no, they can take. I check. King h. King h8. I can check. They take. I check. They close. Rook e3. They take. Rook g3. King h8. Rook g8, rook g8, queen f6, rook g7. I can make a draw there. Knight f7, king g8, knight h6, king h8. I don't want to make a draw. down material passive moves will not work. But it's not a passive move. Rook e3, it's just organizing. I want to organize knight f5 and g takes f5 to be in time to take on h7 and then rook g3 to cut and then to checkmate. Just that's why. Of course I agree with you, but I think that I have that time, no? Rook e3. Just this variation. G takes h5. Check. King h8. Unfortunately, I can't replace my queen to these squares. Otherwise, I would like to check from here. And then knight f7 with a checkmate. Rook e3. They take. Check here. Knight g8. What a move. Knight g8. But unfortunately, I have no threat there. I will read the messages. Let's finish this puzzle and to answer. What if rook e3 just king h8? You are right, I think. After knight f5, there is no threat, right? After knight f5, I have threat. But I think if they take, I play queen h6, they can take here, rook e7. And it's again checkmate, either from h7 or from g7. Oh my god. I like rook e3. Just I'm afraid of wasting the time, that they will have time to protect their king. For example, playing f5. Let's calculate one more time. Knight f5. They take, g takes f5. Rook e3. King f7. They must escape, right? Rook h7. King e8. No, they escape there. Knight f5, g takes f5. Rook h7, king h7. Just a second, please. Knight f5, g takes f5, queen g3, king f7, rook h7, king e8, queen g6, king d8, king d8, and they escape, right? No. No, I don't know. I will read all messages. Thank you for support. So knight f5, g takes f5. Let's eliminate knight f5. I don't know, but I like this move. If rook e3, f5. Oh, f5 I could check. Queen e5. Rook f6. Rook f6. Knight f5. It takes f5. Rook h7 here. Rook h3, king g7. No, I can't win there. Queen h4 maybe. Maybe. Who knows? A lot of interesting moves in this position for white. Because they can't take, we will check here and at least knight f5, right? And to checkmate from h7. Queen h4, if they take this rook, we can take, and then rook h8, they must protect this pawn, h6. Unfortunately, there is no, yes, rook h8, queen h4, rook h8. So it's left knight g4 and rook e3. But after rook e3, could they play? Yes, they could play f5. It's left knight g4. Knight g4, g takes h5, queen h6, check, king g8. I think after king g8 I can check rook f6, rook g5, rook g6. No, knight g4, they take. I check here. Ah, no, I was going to take on h5 to attack on h7. They protect. I take, knight f6, rook takes, queen h7, king f8, queen h8, king e7. They escape all the time. Oh my god. Knight g4. They take. Queen h6, king f7. Could I take queen f6, king e8? No, knight g6, so it means that g takes h5. Queen h6, they why to go to g8 if they can play king f7 and just to escape from there. Queen h7, king e8. No, it doesn't work. Да, очень долго, я прошу прощения. Let's play knight f5, I don't know, even if I lose. Let's calculate the last time and to play knight f5. Knight f5, g takes f5. Rook h7, king h7. Rook e3, king g7. It doesn't work. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5. Knight f5, g takes f5. Queen g3, king f7, rook h7, king e8. Queen g6, king d8. No, I don't like any of these moves. Neither knight f5 nor knight at g4. Rook e3. Let's play rook e3. Yes, let's play rook e3. Rook e3, when they take, I play rook g3 check, they play here. Then I wanted to play knight g8, right? With an interesting idea, queen h6, queen g7. After knight f5 to put my queen, but they can escape, king f7 and e8. Let's play rook e3, okay. I'm playing rook e3, even if it is wrong. Rook e3, e5. Rook e3, e5. Knight f5. No, they can play e5. Knight f5, bishop f5. Queen h6, king f7, queen h7. Oh my god. Yes, rook e3, e5. So it's left just knight g4. Knight g4, g takes. h5. Let's play knight g4. Well, it's the last chance. Let's play. It's wrong. Oh my god. Oh, knight f5. Well, okay. Knight f5. Check here. I feel that I must attract the king to the corner. King h7. But then, what to do then? Queen g3, king f7 here, here, queen g6 here, rook e3, king f7 here, here, queen f5 doesn't work. Queen h2, king f7 here, here, queen h5. No. Let's do rook h7. No, they could escape. Queen g3, rook f5. No, rook h7 here, queen g7 here. Ah, rook h7, queen g7, and then I can take this rook and then this one. Oh my god. What? I was sure that queen g7 is right. What? Queen g7? I want to checkmate. Ah, they can play queen d6. Queen g6 here. Queen g7? No. It's also wrong. Something must be with this rook. Queen a3. Oh, no, it's a master class. I would never find this move. Well, at least it was fair. I would never find queen a3. Okay. This was really great. I really like this move, queen a3. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's finish. Unfortunately, I couldn't reach. Yes, it's really a very beautiful move, queen a3. How is this possible? Can you explain why? Because they can't escape. We will take on f8 and then to have an extra quality, at least. But after queen g7, they could play queen d6 to protect everything. Queen a3, they can't protect. I will take. Rook f7 also doesn't work to checkmate. Just no protection here. Well, okay. Queen b4. Where queen b4? What if the king doesn't move? Just we want to checkmate from e7. No, never, unfortunately. My best was 2902, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's finish for today. That was great. At least I won in 4 puzzles and lost in 3 puzzles. That's okay. Rook h8, rook h8 right now. No, I think white will not pay attention to that rook, right? Just to checkmate from e7. Okay, so queen h4 first. Queen h4 first. No, I think queen h4 doesn't work, right? It stops queen d6, you threat mate in e7, you cannot ranking. Yes, you mean queen a3, right? Not h4. Yes. Next, but no, I must finish right now and I must run after my children. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Let's finish on Monday. On Monday, we will play with viewers on ChessPoint's platform. I will leave the link for registration and also how to send the challenge to me there. And just to have a great pastime. Thanks a lot. Oh, Marek, hello. Thank you so much. Okay, friend, thank you for joining, for participation, for everything. Have a good day. See you on Thursday. Take care of you and goodbye.